What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded anything, and I actually haven't even driven this car since the last time you see me take it to that Cars and Coffee. But today is very exciting. Judging by the title, you guys already know a little bit what's about to go down. We're gonna link up with my boy Sam. He's finally assembling his bottom end for his Evo 8. He finally got his new turbo set up, and all his hot parts, I believe, are in already. This has kind of been a video in the making. You guys have heard me mention he was gonna do a new motor setup, which finally we're gonna get to document that. If you guys are new to my channel, Sam is one of my good buddies who works at DSPORT, which is a machine shop and a magazine. They specialize in high-end machine work as well as performance engine magazine. They showcase a bunch of crazy builds, really cool cars, you know, that are fast, well put together, and they definitely don't resemble cars that are half-assed. I know you guys have been waiting for an update for this thing, which actually very soon I am dropping this off at Gonzivo, the fabricator you guys seen who fabricated my buddy Jesus's cage and his manifold and his exit, all that good stuff. This thing is getting some fab work done in the next week or so, as soon as he has some free time in his schedule. So if you guys are curious, comment down below what you guys think I'm gonna get fabricated. I'm very excited. Once I get the thing fabricated, which I'm not gonna tell you guys, then I'm gonna throw on all the mods that I have to the side for it, which are gonna be pretty cool. So comment down below what you guys think the first mod is gonna be that's fabricated, and I'm curious to see. We have about an hour or so drive, well, like 40 minutes to DSPORT, so we gotta hit the road like right now, because today I'm on an extreme time crunch. Alright guys, we have made it to DSPORT after a 45-minute drive. In case you guys are wondering too, quick little not so much update with my buddy Jesus's car that you guys have seen so many times. We are still waiting to get the ECM replaced or fixed or whatever. I don't know if he's going to go with the new Cyvex or if Cyvex is going to warranty the one that they already have. But this thing is going to be insane. Should make at least like 1100 when it's done. If you guys don't believe it, you guys will see it very soon. Alright, we're here. The man, the myth, the legend.
What's up?
With his new 4G64. Just kidding. you wanna give people a brief rundown of what you got? What you got going?
We're just doing measurements right now. I'm trying to figure out why this one's off a little bit. Also doing some filming as well with my boy Josh over here. Yeah.
Wait, what's off?
Alright, so I was telling him right now, rule of thumb is 1/1000 per inch for clearances. So a 4G crank is 2.2. Right now, 1st through 4 is within the tolerances, but number 5 for some reason, I might put the wrong bearing in, but it's like a 1/1000 2/10 clearance, so that's pretty low. So I'm gonna have to pull this off, double check what bearing I put in there, and then go from there.
Alright. Look at this, guys. EJ in its natural habitat on a stand. Quick little glimpse. Sam's internals. One thing I like about Sam's build too is he kept it 2.0.
That's a standard?
Yeah.
No
so
stroker.
1 through 4.
You want to tell people what happened?
Yeah, so as I expected, in the back, I accidentally put a oversized bearing of 0.026, so that means it's a, with both together, it's a thou bigger, a thicker bearing. So that's why I was getting a weird number reading. So now that I have the standard bearings, we'll torque it up and it should read 1.8, hopefully. .2.1.
You want to tell people what that is? What you're using right now? Or what you're doing?
Oh, so I'm just measuring the clearances right now with the 4 gauge.
For the people that have you ever seen people who try to, like, I guess budget build, what you would call it? Yeah, I was on a filler gauge.
Oh, filler gauge?
Yeah.
I've never heard of anyone using filler gauge, but plastic gauge, I mean, it's not. At least you're still measuring.
That's true.
You know, so you're not guessing. But,
oh, you have to measure these? No, I'm just kidding.
but I wouldn't, like I told him earlier, I wouldn't
recommend it.
Really,
You're using what?
The CMD lube.
What's the difference between anything else?
1 second.
You're like,
so I'm using the CMD lube right here instead of the ARP Molly lube that a lot of beginners use, and I don't really like how it. I don't really like how, like, you know, nasty and gritty it is. So
that's why, like, when you break in like a brand new engine build, it's
Yeah.
important to change your oil after you do the break-in. No.
yeah. And then after, like, it's okay when, like, you see some black stuff like this on your braking oil because it's the Molly lube breaking down that's draining out. So now me and Johnny decided to use the CMD that a lot of machinists and engine builders use, and we like it so far. Like torquing down the rod bolts and like main bolts, it feels so much smoother with this than using the Molly lube.
Because that's just so thick, it'd make it stick.
Exactly. And this is just, it just works really well. So right now that so it's only 4th thou stretch.
What is it supposed to be at?
It's supposed to be 5 to 7.
5 to 7?
5 to 7 thou.
Gives you a pretty modest range then, no?
Yeah. But I haven't gone to full torque. Yeah, I don't wanna over torque it because sometimes you could torque it to, like, let's say it calls for 58 foot-pounds. Sometimes you could torque it to 50 foot-pounds, and then you'll get to stretch. So torque doesn't always matter on stretching a rod bolt or rod stretch. It's more of the stretch.
Yeah.
But also, you don't want to over torque or under torque bolts either. Well, it's better to under torque it than to over torque it.
What happens if you over torque it? It'll break.
The bolt might not be able to handle that much torque, and it might like snap.
Yeah, the bolt might actually break.
Yeah, so right now it calls for a 58. I'm gonna go, let's say, 64 foot-pounds. Let's see if it stretches.
Like major difference when you're doing this for like a 4G versus like a 4B11? It's all like the same process.
Yeah, for any engine build, it's the same process. You're talking about rod stretch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just anything in general, I guess. Like putting a crank in or anything. Like anything that stands out. They're like, this is easier, harder on the 4G versus.
4G or 4B, it's the same.
Yeah, because it's a 4-cylinder.
Yeah, but once you go with like an EJ, it's a little different because you have to actually have the rods like bolted onto the crank first. Then you drop it in one case half.
Yeah.
And then you put the other case half on it, and then you put the piston on.
Sounds complicated.
Yeah.
Have you done a lot of EJ assembly?
Not as much as like the FAs. We do more FAs and RBs here. But the FAs, they fixed the design and you could actually drop the rod and piston like a normal engine.
Okay, so now to squash the debate, because you obviously see engines here firsthand, and they're bare, whatever you'd want to call it.
Yeah.
Is the FA actually a more efficient engine than the EJ?
Yes.
For sure?
Yes.
You're gonna hurt a lot. I was like, you're gonna hurt a lot of feelings. I was like,
Sorry.
you're gonna hurt a lot of feelings.
I mean, throughout the years, they finally fixed what was broken on the EJs. You know, like the.
So you think that new like FA24 coming out, the new STI, will be?
I think so. I think it's
a good engine
change for EJ stuff.
It's gonna be the replacement Evo.
Evo?
Yeah.
Someone say Evo? Yeah, I mean, Johnny was actually going to build a 2.4 FA with the FA. He was going to build the FA20 block, but make it a 2.4 liter. So.
Kind of like similar to what they want to do and the factory STI.
Exactly. Apparently the new BRZ is going to be a FA24.
Oh wow.
Turboed.
That'd be pretty rad.
What the fuck is this?
Like a wall of every major engine you could think of. Look at 4G64, SR, you guys can't really tell, it's a terrible angle, but this is so rad. OEM gasket looks pretty beefy if you can't tell. So Sam's homie's finishing up the cinematic he's filming for him that you guys met earlier. If any of you guys have an extra metal valve cover for a 4B11 for sale, I want to replace the crappy plastic one that is this one right here. If you guys have one for sale, shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm interested because I need it for the turbo kit I'm going to be running. So something that I really like about Sam's build that I feel like is a huge debate for a lot of people is the fact that he kept it 2.0. I really like keeping it 2.0, well on Evos especially, because if you go with a really giant turbo and you go with the stroker setup, you guys know that you lower your red line. So what happens is when you have a big turbo that doesn't hit full boost later in the RPM and you're lowering that red line, you're kind of bringing in the ceiling closer, if that makes any sense, where your power band is going to be a lot smaller. As a street car, it'd be really good just because you have a lot of torque, but if you're going to be drag racing it, or you want to, I feel like trap really high speeds, you know, like half-mile stuff, it's not really that useful if you're going with the stroker setup. Alright guys, we're running into a small technical difficulty. You want to tell them what happened?
So, I might have jinxed myself and said I never had a problem with CMD lube, and it's not stretching. So, I'm going to use the Carlo lube now, the one that they recommend, to see if it'll stretch to spec with this lube instead.
Watch it go like first go.
What's that?
I said watch it happen like first
right?
go.
Stretch.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes we have to go and chase the threads in here. Because you know how manufacturers are. Carlo usually does a really good job, but manufacturers never really swap their tooling as much as they should. So what might have happened is this might have been a batch where the tab was like, you know, just getting dull.
Yeah.
So the thread might be just stuck. Not stuck, but I might have to rechase it just to see what happens. Let's see. Lube. Yeah. Could you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not supposed to make that noise?
Nope. Just means that I have to rechase everything. Assuming that rod 1 and 2 were not chased and it wasn't getting stretched to the right stretch, let's check number 3. After, I'm gonna just use the CMB lube again because I might have not jinxed myself, but I might jinx myself right now again. Exactly.
I feel any different?
Moment of truth. It did feel a little different. Stretching now? Let's see. What?
Still no?
Nope.
Crank it up.
Why is it not stretching? Come on, Carlo. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to go up to. Go 70 foot pounds. See what that does. Damn, what? It barely got to 5?
Well, at least you're within the range. Now you said 5 to 7.
Yeah.
Where do you want it at?
I want it around like 5'5".
Alright, so you're getting there.
Yeah, but it's already 70 foot pounds. I don't want to go any higher than that. But let's see what 80 does.
Might be the magic number.
Nope. Sorry, just checking what rod it was. Oh, it's about like 5'8". That's good. 5'8". 5'5".
So what is this?
Alright, so now I'm checking the thrusts. So that's what these washers that I just put in here for.
For like the thrust bearing?
The thrust washers.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, they're not. I guess those are bearing.
Does that get affected? So you know how some people in like 8s and 9s disconnect the switch for the clutch? Because like you know when you cold start with like a quartermaster,
Yeah.
how it messes up like the thrust bearings?
Mm-hmm.
Does this have like any effect on that or no?
Well, this is setting the clearance for the thrust washers.
Got it.
Or the thrust. So you want thrust because every time you press the clutch in, it's gonna move the crank. You know.
Mhm.
So usually we leave about like 5 down. I can't remember what the manual says, but the minimum is like 2 or 3. On a manual car, you want more,
Mm-hmm.
and on an automatic car, you could give it less. So
For that
it's-
cold start, right? Because like there's no oil technically. Like that first like what is it like? It's not even a second. It's like milliseconds
Yeah,
of something
yeah.
that's like dry or whatever.
That and whenever you're putting the clutch in, it
Mm.
goes back.
Applies pressure.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, what happened?
Wait, what do you need to cut it for?
So you remember how I said I needed clearance? I
Yeah.
ended up having only like 3 thou
Oh,
thrust. So I wanted to get to 5, so I'm gonna take about like 1.5 thou to get it to 5, because it was like 3.5. It was around 3.5. I did 2, so.
you want to tell people? I know you just explained it to me, but you want to tell people why you should check the thrust clearance?
Because if it's too tight or too loose, you could get crank walk.
So it's not just a DSM issue. It could happen with 8 and 9.
Well, if you're stock, you won't have that issue because from factory, they'll check it. But
Right.
If
You're building.
yeah, and your builder doesn't check that, then you could possibly get crank walk because if it's too tight, like you said, when you press the clutch in, it's not gonna have any thrust, so it's just gonna clearance itself, and then it might eat up the thrust washers.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's gonna be too loose, and then you hear that.
I'm guessing too at like a higher horsepower level that it happens much faster
Yeah.
than let's say like 600 horsepower or something.
Yeah.
Like once you're at like 800-900 plus,
Well.
anything like measurement wise really will kick in.
Plus, on a 4G, you already know 800 and 900 horsepower is already like a ticking time bomb. If I'm gonna be honest.
I know this is like a lot of information and kind of like pouring grunt work to some of you guys, but when you see this thing dropped in Sam's car, how many pounds are you gonna throw at this thing? Like everything it's got?
Whatever John wants to throw in. He said full send, so.
Are you serious? So like 50 pounds? 45, 50?
If the turbo makes 50, he'll throw 50 at it.
For sure 45. Like
Oh yeah, for sure it'll hit 45, but if it, like with my 6266, I told him just full send it and we max out at 40, so
Yeah.
that's where we left it at.
And that's on a 6266.
Yeah.
No, you're on a
No, we're on-
64.
It's a 6470, so it's like a special precision, what's that called? Class legal turbo. Pretty much it's a, oh, I could show it to you if you, so. Have you seen the turbo yet?
No? That's the, oh, you're starting him? I've only seen it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Big boy.
It's not that big.
But it looks pretty big.
Yeah, so it's it's a 64 millimeter wheel still. And then it has a 6870 compressor housing
Mm-hmm.
with the 6870 hot side. And a T4.
That's cool. Oh, so you're not, it was V-band before, right? Your old
Yeah,
setup?
my old setup was a V-man, but that's pretty much what this turbo is. It's nothing like crazy.
I feel like the 6266 already was fast.
Yeah,
feel like this will be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, I just want to drive my car.
You want to recap with people what ended up happening with the rod bolt?
So I ended up torquing it up to 80 foot-pounds, and then it ended up getting the stretch I wanted. It was 75 foot-pounds, so 5 thou, 5 tenths, and 6 thou. So I confirmed with the guy that I talked to, Mike. Yeah, he said it's fine.
Well, he kind of said T-torque doesn't really matter as long as you're getting the
like
bolt
to
stretch.
So he said there's no such thing as over-torquing. As long as you torque it and then untorque it, and then it's still zeroed.
Yeah.
If it stretches, then that's when you have a problem.
So if you guys remember, this was the dyno
Yeah.
where my Evo 9 let me down. It did. Well,
Yeah,
the wastegate let me down.
It let all of us down, even John.
Yeah.
He really thought he could fix it, but
It's okay.
yeah, now you got that, so hopefully we can do something good with that.
Yeah, if it doesn't, I hope it makes like 680 on this.
I think it will. I think it'll hit 7.
You really think it'll hit 7?
It'll hit 7. John will.
Alright, thank you, Sam,
Yep,
for having us
no worries.
again at DSPORT. Hopefully that thing will do something kind of cool one day.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll do something here.
We'll see.
John will tune in here, I'm sure. Or when 5150 is available.
Are they gonna... Time for a long drive back home. Oh, it's kind of hard to open this door with this can in my hand. Every time I get in this thing, it still smells like a new car. Trips me out. So it is now another day. I'm editing this video you guys are watching days later because I am terrible at putting videos together because of my schedule, as I mentioned so many times. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell because there'll be way more updates with my Evo as well as my buddy's Evo. I just got word too that 5150 just got another location that they're moving to. I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling you guys this, but I am. So very soon I may be collaborating with them and hosting kind of like a meet and greet and grand opening. I haven't worked out the details yet with John, the owner of 5150, but that's kind of the goal, is to do some kind of some kind of event with 5150, maybe DSPORT involved too. We're even thinking about maybe having people do pools in the dyno, rent out the dyno, do some pools on it, maybe get a taco truck or something, just really cool, cars, food, dyno pools, just a really fun day for all you guys to come down, hang out, and just talk Evos or whatever car you guys got. If that's something that you're interested in, you guys would attend, comment down below. That's definitely something I could work out with the guys to try to make that happen, just because with all this COVID crap going on, hosting a cool event would be pretty rad. And I know people are thinking, oh, but 6 feet apart, this and that. We'll see. We'll see how soon it really happens, like I said, with everything going on. But I do want to host some kind of event. I think it'd be really rad. Also got an Evo X install video coming up the next day after you guys are watching this. I actually already just have it filmed and I just need to edit it and put it together. So there'll be some mods installed on the Evo 10, which you guys will get to see in the next video, which is pretty exciting to finally start on that. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate all you guys' support. I love reading you guys' comments. Let me know how much power you think Sam's car is going to make in the comment section below. We'll be able to take it out to the track, see what time it's going to run at the drag strip, and get you guys tons of cool content, doing some pools and everything, and just see, what a 900 horsepower Evo 8 can do. Just because I've showed you guys behind the scenes before engine builds with Evos, but I've never gotten to show you them actually performing. I still have never even filmed a fully built 4B11 on this channel either, with it doing pulls and everything. I've only seen the assembly side, so hopefully we'll get that for you guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.